Hello, Scrappy Peeps. Suzanna here today, and I'm working with a PaperPerson kit. This is the January kit, and that is the layout I created. So ahead of time, to spare you the agony of me stamping and cleaning and stamping and cleaning, I worked on that right-hand side of the layout. It is a column, and I have used the stamps from the January kit, and I've pretty much worked with the colors that are in that stripe that are there, only I started with the red, quote-unquote. It's kind of more of an orangey red, and then worked my way down and then put that sort of more skin color, peachy color down the bottom. And so I am working with candied apple is the red, spiced marmalade is the orange, fossilized amber is the yellow, the rustic wilderness is the green, speckled egg is the blue, and then the tattered rose is that sort of soft pink color that's there. And so I've created a flip up or a tip up of my photo using the washi that comes with the kit, or one of the washies, and then I'm framing that with the color on the other side. So you have the pattern paper on the left-hand side, and then you have that same collection of colors cascading down the right-hand side that has created a stamped background there. The intent had been to go with the same colors, just sort of kind of shifting them down a little bit, but the way that I stamped, I ended up kind of messing that up a little bit, but you still get the effect of it, and I like it. So I gutted the orange that I worked with there. It's just orange cardstock, so that if I wanted to use it on the page, I would have that to use. I also really like that orange, and now that orange and maroon are school colors for Virginia Tech, I use a lot more orange than I otherwise would. I am also going to use this snapshot stamp, and I'm going to stamp that in the same color collection, which I will speed my way through, and you will not have to watch me clean my stamp each time. But I'm going to offset stamp that all the way down that left-hand side there. And it just says snapshot. Again, it's just to add some more color and decor and visual interest to the page. The bulk of the page is really that calendar, and then the stamping as well as the photo. All of my journaling is going to go underneath, largely because there are so many words that are on the top there. And I had quite a bit of story that I wanted to tell, that it was just visually disturbing. It's not visually disturbing, but it's just very, very busy with all of the stamped words, as well as if I were to have written the journaling on the front there. So just using the camera in black, I like the way that the black grounds all of the color of the stamping. And I like the way that having two of those cameras kind of moves your eye across the page. So I don't actually have a trio of things, but I do have duos of things. So I have the duo of the rainbow color between the right and the left-hand side. I have the duo of the cameras with puffy stickers in the middle. I have duos of the labels at the top and the bottom of that stamped cascade on the right hand side. I will actually have duo of the washi. There we go. There's the second piece. So there's lots of things that tie it together and create movement around the page, rather than just kind of getting stuck in this chaos and swirl and eddy of words. So that is pretty much the right hand side, and then I will go in and I will write in under where the locator is. I will write where we are, and in the date I will obviously write the date, and in the labels I'm going to put other pertinent information to where we are. So now all of this took place on February 5th, the four of us being together, and so I'm going to use that February 5th box because I want to sort of again allude to that February 5th. So with the kit, you get a selection of die cuts. So there are these two tags, and I like the way, so again, a duo, I will have a duo of tags, and I like the way that the solid part of the tags, other than that sort of racer picnic pattern, I like the way that the solid is one on the left and one on the right, so that you have that kind of diagonal line that is created by them. And it gives me a spot to stamp yet some more. There's an awful lot of stamping on this particular layout. And I'm going to use a different stamp set. I think this is from last summer. And it says, what does it say? It says, oh, so much pool time, which normally one would use for like a summer vacation. But for those of us who have swimmers and competitive swimmers, we have a whole lot of pool time too. So very applicable here. So I'm going to just use a Post-it note to block off the bottom that says pool time so that I can just get oh so much in yellow for contrast of color there. There isn't a lot of yellow. You can see there's an awful lot of orange and maroon because that's what we're wearing, our t-shirts. And so I wanted to get a little bit more contrast of color throughout the layout as well. Choosing orange, of course, as the primary color because that is what that was what we were designated to wear for this particular day of the meet. So I like this particular stamp that says in good company that I'm going to stamp in that speckled egg in that bottom of the frame there. And I like it because it's a different font. I wanted to have different fonts throughout the layout so that you saw more texture than that you actually saw font. That was the idea, was to create sort of a rainbow on the right hand side to match the one on the left hand side with Cascade. So again, this is an older stamp set. This is not one that came with the January kit, but relevant to us being at the pool and cheering our #1 swimmer on. And so that is why that is in the fifth box. I am going to use the washi again that has the dates, and I'll put that underneath the #1 finger, and that just says today and then Sunday because it was Sunday, and it's just a little bit more contrast, a darker contrast, because there isn't a lot of dark contrast up there. So I'm using the letters that came with the kit to do the title, Just Us. I am actually going to stitch around the border and do some other zigzag stitching, again just for decoration, and I am going to stitch a #4 using a Carrie Bradford stamp actually to the left of Just Us. I wish it had said Just Us 4, but I'd already got the letters there, and it was sort of one of those after the fact, so you can see the 4 there. So be sure to head over to Sara's Scraps channel and see how she's used this kit as well. Enjoy the close-ups. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well. Come back again soon. Take care.